What is going on, guys? This is Taylor, and I am very, very proud of this gameplay. I actually got it today. I was playing in SeaNanners live stream with him, Woody at one point. I don't think Woody's in this game, though. I think he had to leave for husband duties, duty calls, sex with his wife is what I'm trying to say. Probably. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so I finished like 41-4 or something ridiculous like that. Like that may not be ridiculous, but for me that's pretty good. For some, I don't really play too much Xbox Live as far as like, well, I mean, I play a shit ton of Xbox Live. What am I talking about? I don't play much Black Ops multiplayer. I guess I should have slimmed that down a little bit. But yeah, I don't play it too much. I got on, played in the live stream, and I was really proud of this score, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you would please leave a like and a favorite. No, I'm kidding. But see, that's what people don't get. Like, bless your hearts, guys. Like, a lot of you leave comments recently, like saying like, "Oh, I'm favoriting this video. Like, I'm doing that like to help you." And it's like, you know, that's really, really nice of you guys. But like, honestly, I think that like even my most favorited video like barely has over 1,000 favorites or something like that. Like, I don't even know, but like you really have to have a threshold for that to work. So like I appreciate the favorites. That's really nice of you guys. I have great fans and I really appreciate that. But you know, don't feel any pressure. If you don't want to add a video to your favorites, don't add a video to your favorites. I know, like, I use my favorite videos to like keep mostly music videos and stuff, so I can go back and watch those. And like, I understand that you don't want that clogged with Call of Duty stuff, so don't feel pressured. No problem. But anywho, so I had a crazy shitty day yesterday, and let me tell you about that. I wake up in the morning, and my mom is like, "Oh yeah, you have to go take care of the property tax on your car and the sales tax, and then get all the license plates and all that stuff kind of done." And I already hate semantic work like that, but I'm like, fine, I'll go do it. And so I go to the property tax place, which is about 15 minutes away from my house, get all of that taken care of. That only took about 20 minutes at the property tax place. And then from there, I drove another 15 minutes down to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, to get my sales tax taken care of. When I get down to that place, I give her all the paperwork, everything that I needed, and then she starts looking through it, and then she goes, "Oh, no, wait, the car dealership didn't do an emissions test on your car, so we can't let you get license plates yet. That has to be done." And I was like, "But I already own the car. Like, the car dealership is supposed to do this before they sell it to you. Like, it's illegal for a car dealership to not do an emissions test and then sell you a vehicle, according to the contract that I signed, at least. Like, they were supposed to test it and make sure that it passed all the emissions standards, and they failed to test it. They did not test it, and then when they so I didn't get to get my license plates. And so then I went all the way back to the dealership, which is about 20 minutes away from the DMV, all the while calling my dealer. That's funny. But and then as I'm pulling into the car dealership, my dealer answers and says, "Oh yeah, all that information is online. I should have told you. You can just tell the lady at the DMV to check online." I was like, "Oh, god damn it, now I have to go back." So then I drive another 20 minutes back to the DMV, wait in the DMV line again. For those of you who don't live in the United States, waiting in line at the DMV makes dentist appointments seem like a day at Six Flags. It is so goddamn boring. There's nothing to do. Everybody there smells bad and looks weird, and I hate it. And so anyway, I'm sitting there waiting again. This time it took about 15 minutes in line. The lady finally calls me up again. I showed her all the information again. I said, I talked to the dealership, and they said that all this information is online, if you could just access that. And she said, "No, it's not online." And she whipped the computer around and showed me all the information that should be there that wasn't there. And I mean, it had my name on it. It had the kind of car I drove, so I knew it was legit. And then she was like, "You're going to have to go back and have them perform the emissions test." I was like, "God damn it!" And so then I had to drive another 20 minutes back to the dealership for the second time. And it should be noted that at this point in the day, it's pouring rain, absolutely pouring rain, terrible, terrible weather, just ruining the already piss-poor day. And I pull into the dealership. I'm going to get my, whatever it's called, the emissions test. And the guy who I talked to, I was kind of rude because honestly, like, that's kind of like, it's kind of like a waiter giving you a burger with a raw meat patty on it. Raw meat? Yeah, raw meat patty on it, and then like when you take a bite of it and you go, "Oh, that's horrible," and then you get sick. That's like him saying to you, "Well, sucks to suck. You should have checked to make sure that I didn't poison it before you ate it." Like honestly, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like they kind of sabotaged me. Like, they were supposed to do this test and take care of this stupid issue for me, and instead they were irresponsible and kind of fucked me over on that point. But anyway, so the emissions test. They start to test it, and they say it'll take about 25 minutes. It actually took about 30 minutes, but I mean, I'm not going to, squabble over 5 minutes. And they come out and they go, oh, your car, it failed the emissions test. And I said, what the hell does that mean? How do I fail an emissions test? And they were like, well, I mean, it's putting out too much CO2 or whatever the problem is. And I was like, all right, well, how do I fix this? And they're like, well, I mean, usually you can go out and drive at about 60 miles an hour and put on cruise control for about 10 minutes, and that'll fix it right up. And I'm like, all right, I'll go do that. The only problem is, like I said, it's pouring rain, and I'm in rush hour, and there's like nowhere to go. And so I get in my car, and I go on the road, and I drive like 10 miles out into the boonies where nothing is, and I just am going way too fast on these roads in the rain, trying to get my goddamn emissions test up. Finally, I get back to the dealership after about half an hour of finding a place to drive back and forth and try and hold it at 60 miles an hour, and then they take the car again after waiting in line again. This is like the 5th line I've waited in all day, and then I hand them the keys, they take it, do the emissions test. This time, instead of 20 minutes, they let like 4 people go in front of me, even though I had precedence over them and I was supposed to go first. They still put these people in front of me. God, that pisses me off. And then it failed the emissions test again. And I literally was like, are you kidding me? Like, the dealer guy was like, yeah, it failed the emissions test. And I literally said to him, like, are you kidding me? This is your responsibility. This is an adult business. Like, you should have the responsibility to take care of these things before you sell me a vehicle. You should not sell me a vehicle that does not have the emission standards done if that's part of your job. And I was really irritated. I was pissed off. At this point, I've been doing this for about 5 hours. And this is an errand that should have taken at the very most 40 minutes. 40 minutes into 5 hours. That's like, oh my god, it was so horrible. Just one of the worst days of the summer. It was a pretty funny story, though. I mean, like, it really sucks, and I didn't even get anything done today, or yesterday, rather, when it happened. But I mean, no, that's a lie. I'm not glad it happened. It sucked. It sucked a lot of major donkey asshole, and that's how I feel about it. But damn, I am so happy with this gameplay. I've been watching it this whole time, and like I feel like I'm watching somebody else play, because honestly, I don't get games like this that often. I guess the biggest reason for that is I don't play this game that often, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd really appreciate a rating on this. That would be super badass and awesome if you guys could help me out with this video and like show it to some peeps. But God, it's so weird. Like, I always do live commentaries, and like, well, not always, but I usually do live commentaries, and so like, I pretty much just talk until I die, and so there's not really like a time limit or topics or anything like that. Like, this is the first time in a while I've actually had to like do an actual commentary and like stay on topic, but you know, it's good to go. That was an awesome little streak with that golden commando for the second pups of the game, motherfucker. Yeah. But anyway, that is pretty much the end of the game, I believe. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a rating. I would appreciate that very much. And if you want to see more Resurrection Zombie stuff, I've put up quite a few videos on that, and I'm in the process of making a few strategy videos for each of those maps. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you sexy brothers and sisters later.